You found my tools. Oh, this is wonderful. Now I can set up a proper bench here for you. Some men do not have to earn honor. Some are simply born with it by virtue of their status. Gianor is doubly a monster for giving away what others have sought their entire lives. He was born into the role rather than being chosen by the clan. And now, he has squandered that by serving himself above all others. I used to believe in him, but now, I cannot even stand the thought of him. Go well. How can I help? Here's what I got. Go well.
That'd have me out me arse.
Yes? I always make sure to avoid noblewomen like Latis. Her kind seem to think I'm insincere for reasons neither you nor I could ever comprehend, I'm sure. Still, I certainly heard about her, and I've heard what she said about the manor. I know Liar's hero, and she isn't one.
None of it's junk. Trust me. Sure, I'll take it off your hands. Later.
For what it's worth, my name is Latis. I appreciate the rescue, but... Eamon, everything I know, it's all gone. It isn't worth much, but take this. Perhaps it will aid you against that monster.
How can I...
Time I turned over a new leaf.
There is only one thing for certain. Count Gianor must die. He ordered the guard to round up everyone in the village, and when we resisted, they burned it to the ground. Enter the manor. Take our vengeance upon him. So, you know of it. I remember the night it all began. The Count and his men returned in the witching hour, carrying something hidden from sight. We didn't know what it was at the time, but we certainly learned soon. It was alive, and he needed to feed it. That place is a madhouse. Every day was spent threading a careful line. Question the Count, and you'd get arrested. Flatter him too much, and he'd grow paranoid and arrest you anyway. The Countess watched all of us with cold eyes. The nobles began to change. Strange proclivities emerged. They brought lone villagers into their rooms in the dead of night, never to be seen again. Eamon and I tried to flee, but they caught us. When she came to us from the Vastiri desert, we nobles were just happy the Count had finally found a wife. If we had known what was to come, we never would have celebrated. From the moment she arrived, she spent her time whispering dreadful little barbs in his ear. He became rather agitated and started doubting himself, doubting his bloodline. He had a scholar repeatedly investigate whether the Eternals had dirtied his ancestry. When he found out that he might have had an unwelcome interloper in his family tree, he became fixated on proving himself, even though we all repeatedly assured him he already had our loyalty. He's been obsessed with gaining power ever since, and I think the Countess promised him a way to achieve it. The changes came slowly. There were whispers of the downtrodden and clanless going missing. Nobody of consequence. The Count's men were simply cleaning up the ne'er-do-wells, those that contributed nothing. But then, the Count started changing the penalties for common crimes. 5 men were arrested after a simple scuffle over payment. A woman was arrested for adultery, like we were somehow living under the tyranny of the Eternals all over again. Charges became commonplace for almost anything. Living in the manor, my My husband and I were somewhat protected, but we saw what was happening. All of these criminals were sentenced to hard labor, digging away beneath the manor until their strength was spent. When that happened, he hanged them and threw their bodies to that creature. I don't know what the Count is looking for beneath the manor. Perhaps he hopes for proof that his heritage is actually pure. Perhaps he's just gone well and truly mad. He's torn a massive hole right in the middle of the manor. A living testament to what he's done to our way of life. It's all gone.
Quickly.
It is good to see you. Latis is from a prominent family in her clan, so I didn't know her well. But I did take hope from her actions. If a noblewoman could marry a commoner, then perhaps a commoner would be free to marry whoever she wants as well. It makes me think about the last conversation I ever had with my father. It was an argument. Though it tears at my heart, I choose to believe that deep down, he understood me.
Well, look at this. The inscriptions on the tree roots match those on the runestones we found. Reminds me of what I've seen in the stars, more than what I've seen at the forge. Now, if this doesn't work, I'll look a right bloody fool. Nature's fury! Nature's fury! The Failers of Death!
The mirror has taken us far beyond where our maps reached. The stars show we are farther north, but I cannot stay here. Survivors continue to find their way to that ancient temple. Olroth has not yet found it, and I must be there to stop him when he does. The locals here are not ones we've met before. Communication will be difficult, but we must understand each other, somehow. We will offer the locals our ultimate gift. If our people cannot survive this continent, our legacy will.
How can I be of it?
Old wolf, new tracks.
This liquid has the look of Elysium.
What is this place? Doesn't look Ezomite, nor damned eternal. And this liquid Verisium, it's ancient. Good. I'll be able to get that out of here. But first, what's this? This tome. Some of it is legible to me. Volume 1, The Runes of Aldur. Within the warm embrace of Aldur's teachings, he, the first Runefather, carved a future for Midgard to liberate it from the biting frost. Midgard? This is all Kalguran.
Sounds like you should have ventured to Kalgur and not Ezamir.
I'll study this text further, but yes, that's what this implies. I need to learn more about this Aldur. Best we get a move on soon, eh? Crave away! Die, fiend!
The survivors built this sanctuary with haste. I've instructed my priests how to track Verisium in the celestial firmament, but they are only initiates. Not a single one of my disciples escaped Vorona's vengeance. 12 initiates have agreed to perform the rite and become disciples. I've given instructions, but I dare not warn them of what the rite entails. I am unable to watch over them. I'm needed through the mirror once more. I hope to eventually return and see them alive and fully starlit. But, if necessary, I will make certain that no one will ever return through that mirror.
Here, take this. You'll need it. Let's see what I can make with that liquid Verisium. We can do something quite powerful with this anvil. A sort of rune forging. Let's give it a try, eh? Bad, if you ask me. Well, would you look at that? I'm sure we can push all this even further still. See? I told you. Rune-seeking is worth the risk.
Aye, lad. So it seems.
I managed to make out a bit more of that tome we found. Ah, yes. Here it is. Aldur gazed at the pristine stars, and there he saw meaning. Those shapes he wrought into our bedrock. His very will gave the shapes life. And so, we began to know prosperity, and the beginnings of Kalgur were born. Something to chew on, isn't it? That poor girl, Latis. To see your beloved killed before your eyes. Monstrous. Even turned mad. I can't see our Thane doing such a thing. He just doesn't have it in him.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. But tell me, why do they have counts and you have thanes?
Farrell and Esamir have their differences. Farrell's got some thanes out here, but the title of Count is considered better. I guess this all goes to show that's a load of shite. Keep your chisel sharp.
Hello. It is good to see you. This one always makes me weep. Sirens call, strong as the tide. None could save her, nor could she hide. Shadows then rose, whispering low, lamenting the dark she came to know. We may never learn what dreams that once had burned, what fate had destined, his gift had wrought for her maddening love. Hello.
How can I...
Hello. Feeling lucky? Deal. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but cheers.
End of the line! Nature's fury! Nature takes what's old!
By decree of the Count of Ogham, effective immediately, all crimes are now punishable by hanging until death. Hanged criminals will have their bodies thrown into the pit.
Restless dead! Can it carry any more?
Hey.
How can I be of any?
Best not scare the locals.
Hey. None of it's junk. Trust me. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but cheers. Sure, I'll take it off your hands. Bye then.
Bruh. Forgot to turn on voice mod when I restarted my computer earlier. Had some minor scuff that I was trying to solve before I started stream, and then still had scuff for the better part of an hour. That's joyous. Worrisome pile. I can't see my cursor. It is what it is. So what are you up to today, Alec? How are things going? Nearly got a divorce, but it's been worked out. That sounds kind of juicy, but also like, how do you like nearly get a divorce and then work it out in an afternoon?
Nature's fury.
Soldiers of Ogham, the outside threat grows ever stronger. Whispers of betrayal echo within my very halls. We can no longer tolerate any risk. Use lethal force against those you suspect of foul play. Speak carefully with your men. Ensure they are who they claim. Hang any suspects. Seek out resistance within the village and raze their homes to the ground. We must send a clear message. Leave no stone unturned.
Well, that's pretty well expanded out. So I'm just gonna go into the manor.
The wolf's reckoning draws near.
They are Spitfire! Misshapen filth!
Stretching wheels, I believe. So you ever thought of making a little bow on your shoulder light up for whenever he talks on your stream? I mean, I've considered it, but that would require, like, the way it worked is that whenever somebody's like got an avatar on my stream, it's a Fugi reactive, and that's something they set up personally. So whenever you've like seen Bo and me on stream together, you know, that's how it works. And his is currently that that little Doro, I think they're called, version of himself.
Such a wee man to cast such a shadow.
Ashe and Rowan! Nature takes what's old.
heavy enough already. I'm full up.
How can I advise you? If you intend to face the Count, I must warn you. An ancient corrupting power has driven him to madness. There is no telling what you may find within the walls of a manor. Where the seed of corruption takes root, life bends itself into unnatural shapes, and the minds of men grow fevered. Though you may face horrors beyond comprehension, it is this seed that is the true danger at the heart of the manor. Time is short. Make haste.
Never had any love for old Count Gianor. Give him a stab or two for me. Who knows what prizes await?
Not bad.
I guess so.
Move that for you.
$27.
Yes? Feeling lucky? I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Later.
Oh,
It is good to see.
Hello.
How can I help?
Let's slap some things onto the anvil and see what I can make of them.
There we go.
Only takes armor, okay. 33, 14, 33, 14. Doesn't really change anything about that.
Nice one.
Not bad if you ask me.
By primal will!
I wonder. Might be wise to expand out the map to the southeast.
Twisted thing!
First ones, hear our laments. Sanity recedes ever further into the dark. Shadows hover above us, in the corners, watching and waiting. What sickness has come among us that so unsettles our minds? It sits, poised to strike. Nowhere is safe.
Ah, it lives!
Who doesn't love the game's servers fucking freezing up on your ass?
Breathe life where none should be.
Will say I've gotten a little bit better at chunking bosses. Before I had to just run around a whole lot, and I still do. But I feel like I've got a little bit more active support out of the spirits now. I understand why that's a thing that they went with, considering my Unearth doesn't really generate support unless there are bodies.
I sense Oriana knows. And I cannot deny that which I know deep down to be true. That fair-haired villager, an eternal descendant, she knew. At that moment when our eyes locked, we both knew. She clung to her children like I would end them then and there. She is of no risk now, but how many others must I fear? Is my blood truly impure? Oriana assures me we can right some of the wrongs of the past. She promises a way forward for Ogham. A way forward for the clans and the clanless alike. And a way forward for me. We must continue with our task.
That is some wretched fucking eldritch looking octopi thing he's got down there.
Can't carry anymore.
One sec. Lisbon does art. How's that spelled? They aren't showing up. Damn it. A buddy of mine was telling me that there might be a bot on the server. But because I'm in streamer mode, it won't fucking show up. Whatever.
Quickly.
I just put a bunch of jack shit into my fucking inventory. Hey, philosopher. And yeah, the better Diablo.
Hello. Who knows what prizes await? Not bad. Later.
Charges per second, you say? Whatever.
Twisted thing!
Running, running, running.
Monstrous wretch!
see you.
Nature's fury.
Let's see. I feel like a regal orb. Moonbeams and adaptation. Who doesn't love that?
Not bad for a wanderer.
Painting of a small family. No idea who they are.
Yes. Don't stop. The beast hungers.
Hungers for what? That's a rune stone.
Outsiders can never understand the Ezomite struggle.
One sec, need to take a leak.
Back to the very winter of the world, when we were but savages clawing grubs from the dirt. The Eternal Empire tried to crush us. They failed. Not even the event that destroyed the Varl could end us. We strengthened in the wake of their cataclysm, harnessing runes, mastering the world around us. We have always fought for survival, for home, for hearth. That is the bloodline I am proud of, stretching back thousands of years. That is what I must defend, to keep pure.
Yeah, I heard all that. I had my headset on. I just muted myself. I set it to play mute, so like, that can play while I go to the bathroom. Well, they're quite dead.
Remnant!
This is the backup the power we need. And you shall have everything I promise.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself!
Well, he's kind of wrecked looking.
You'll fail again. First one's I. Like primal will. Kneel! You'll pay with your life. Easy prey. I'm not ready yet.
Oh.
Open the cage! Release the beast! Give me what you promised!
I think not. So much more. Since you are too weak to do the job, I'll find someone who can. Goodbye.
Manipulative whore! Now here! Of the all I've given you! Chilling frost. I'm not ready yet. As night falls, winter's chill, sought the unworthy, through an endless night, they wither and tarry. Forsaken frosts, as cold as death, of Bael's misery, the pack won't forget. Chilling frost, solstice of pain. I smell your blood. Not ready yet! I am ravenous. Freezing gale.
Fuck you! Fuck you in this, like, annoying.
Not ready. Requiem on high.
Fuck you!
Desolation. The air grows colder.
Oh, for the love of God.
I love the Impaler. As swift as death. And imbued by the moon. Cursed or gifted. Branded and afflicted. Your veins soon chilled. Agna shall slay again.
Allow me to clear your mind, if only for a moment.
The madness. It consumed my being. Oriana used it against me.
Where has she taken the beast?
I found messages from the desert.
From the Vastiri?
Yes. Find her. Kill her. But first, please, stop the madness.
As you wish. We must make haste. Let us return to Clearfell to
A
make our
druid knows to
preparations.
travel light.
If these runestones are Kalguran, not Ezamites, then there could be more all over Rayclast. I'm coming with you. It'll be an adventure of sorts.
I'll do my very best for you.
I'll take it. Fill that turn, yeah?
If you're watching and wondering, why did the game just freeze? Yeah, that's not the game breaking, that's the servers being like that. It does it periodically. Early access game, I can't really hold it against it.
You've done well, stranger. No, you are no stranger now. You have become part of our song's story, and I shall sing it proudly. The darkness that crept upon our lands has been forced to flee, and I have a feeling you will pursue it to the end of the world. Good luck to you. This is home now. Our songs tell of times of renewal, when bloodshed, strife, and courage forge stronger bonds. That is how we will regard this era of Ogham, and how we will remember you in our songs. Finn makes fun of my collection, but I think it's charming. Another for my collection. Thank you. Oh, I like this one. Be careful.
The clan leaders are all dead, but there's one man who remains with the leadership to carry on. Brenly will take good care of us, as is his nature. We'll be just fine, hero. You can ride on out of here with your head held high. Seriously, though, I hope you return someday. If only to guard my back. Later.
So, it is done. The Count is dead. Where once there was a fire in my heart, there is now nothing but ash. For enacting my vengeance, you have some measure of thanks from me. Now please, go. Do what you must, but leave me be. Bye.
Count Geonor is dead. I never thought there'd come a day when such a statement brought relief. We can finally start rebuilding our poor, damaged Ogham. It's going to be a long and difficult struggle, but it's not nearly the first time we Ezamites have had to rise from the ashes. The Count's name will not be remembered in our songs. Ha! Good riddance. The thought of our village on fire. Oh, my heart feels heavy. We'll get back there someday. Reclaim our lands, rebuild, mark my words. Part of me is angry I wasn't there to defend the place, but I know I was needed by these good folks far more. I can't imagine what would have happened if they'd been out here, defenseless. If you find a pint out there, do bring it back.
We must pursue Oriana. The seed of corruption has begun to grow, but there is still a chance that we can end this before it is too late. The fledgling beast is leaving corruption in its wake, so we have a trail to follow. When you are ready to part from this place, we can leave immediately.
Well, I've done mostly everything that I would want to do, so
The trail of corruption leads east, so east we shall go. It seems fate conspires to return me to the plains of Vastiri. The Countess has escaped with the beast. Every attempt to control it has ended in cataclysm. We must pursue her to the plains of Vastiri. We should find the Marikath caravan. Only they can lead us through that harsh and unforgiving land.
Well, sir, you have arrived. Vastiri awaits. Good luck to you.
Resistance penalty? I guess I'll find out when I find out.
This outpost seems to be part of a trade route, so we should be able to find a Marikath caravan. They are an honorable people, and I have no doubt they will assist us.
I mean, true. Whenever I see like an early access game, while I will say the review on Steam of mostly positive is usually kind of a red flag to me. At the same time, it's also not quite a red flag. It's more like a yellow flag. It's like, okay, that might be bad, but it might be good. Because some people can be so salty over certain things, like this minorest of glitches.
The Marikath have a cultural history deeper than most know. Theirs is a strict tradition, bordering on brutal. But it is that adherence to shared beliefs that has kept them strong when entire empires have come and gone around them. Thank you.
The weary traveler grows close to the end of the path. The bread bowl of the world, the verdant land of 7 waters, awaits! Be sure to have your toll ready at the gates. Cloth, gems, metal wares, and coin are all accepted.
I should have enough coin.
Each grain of sand here has a story all its own.
Zarka.
You are seeking passage on our caravan? We cannot travel anywhere at the moment. Hyenic raiders are harassing the trade route ahead. For the time being, we are stuck here.
Hyenic raiders? I've not heard of such beasts.
Well, I think I just saw them. Hyenatars.
Wild spawn.
Demons.
Gone, foul creature!
I will say this game certainly makes being a minion build a lot more tough. Like in Grim Dawn, it really is just like buff up, put up your stuff, issue out some of your abilities occasionally. For the most part, the damage is all dealt by your mobs. But I do actually have to keep this shit up. And I think that's not specifically unique to the class either. Okay. Real quick check of the stinger. I'm at Act 2 now. I suspect. Where's it? Not you. Wait. Uncut spirit gem. Okay. That's a whole new thing that I haven't experienced until now. And it's got that early access touch all over it. Okay. Oh. There it is. What else I got in my inventory now? Nothing new, nothing new.
Nature fury! Eruptions! Divides are broken!
Oh God.
Wild take it!
The Minion, Flash, and Infernal Legion. There's Infernal Legion. There it is. Supported minions strikes have melee splash, whereas Infernal Legion... Where's that? Minions from supported skills take 10% of their maximum life as fire damage per second. Minions from supported skills ignite enemies within a radius of 1.5 meters, as though dealing base fire damage equal to 10% of minions' maximum life. So that would go on to... Skeleton Warriors. Let's get Minion Splash. Now, where did that go? Well, that only has so many slots. That's the level 5. Oh, that's lame. I don't have enough strength. Whatever. I'll hold on to that. I got a skill point now. I want to climb up to here. So that's an excuse to put one more strength thing in there. So I want all of this. No, wait, no. Not this shit. All of this. For now.
Wretched animal!
Do. Oh. Oh, deserts.
Wretched animal!
There stands our leader.
Thanks for the raid game, Sonic. How goes? Hope your stream went well. Welcome, Raiders. I'm Paladin Ashe. I'm a variety streamer, polar bear. I'm with a vaguely cozy aesthetic.
I'm full up.
And I'm playing Path of Exiles right now. So again, how'd your stream go? I hope it went well. What were you playing?
Quickly. Do whatever it takes.
Oh, Call to the Lamb? I've played that a bit. That's actually pretty fun. I'm not very good at roguelites though, so my upper end ability to play them usually catches up with me. Yeah, they're fun though. I mean, as I said, I've played Cult of the Lamb a bit. And it's fun to, to play. There's also a bit of hilarity in how foolish your villagers can be, considering I still have a clip on my channel of them puking all over a body, but still. Literally, a dude just drops dead, and they're all like, oh no, walks over to it and communally vomits. Not exactly what I would do, but still. Cutter. I can't remember who that is. I might not have gotten far enough to interact with that character. I don't know.
You defeated the raiders? Fate sends us a fortuitous stranger. Welcome to the Adura Akara. You may travel with us in exchange for your service as a Jingak, and you will have nearly the respect of one of our own for as long as you stay.
Force feed person poop, getting in fights, lock someone in prison and want to kill them. Oh, okay. I got to the point where I could really hold on to a follower long enough to, connect with them. Because half the time they'd just come back and be like, oh, they died of, I don't know, an illness, or they got old, and now you have to bury them. Let's see. That's been upgraded. You died not long ago? And did you have a follower you renamed or something? But you get s'mores when you die. Oh, okay, that actually sounds really fun. Where is it? It's not there. It's not there. So many coming soons. I am going to upgrade that one. Yeah, again, I'm glad it sounds like your stream went really well. If you have to raid and run, I understand. You know, after a long stream, you either need to sleep or eat or something like that. God knows I'm always starving at the end of a stream, even if I eat beforehand. I probably want Infernal Legion. Where is it? Infernal Legion, where are you? Letting your PC cool down and might grab some lemon bread while you lurk. Lemon bread slaps. I remember there was like a period of time when I was in college where it was one of the things I would have to have for breakfast. Yes, Tezuko? Polar bears tend to be white. Unless you shave them, their skin underneath is not, but still, yeah, I am white on the outside. Sure, what's your secret? Games is your Wait, Game Sonic, do you not acknowledge your child? How cruel. There it is. Huh. Those things don't last very long. Enter the Adura cat. I should sell. No, wait, no, there's nobody to sell shit to.
Greetings.
This game? This is kind of an action RPG. It's like a Diablo clone.
The beast is on the move, twisting the desert as it goes, waking ancient dead and unknown horrors alive.
Yeah, this is Path of Exiles too.
Brought it here as part of some nefarious plan. I assume she has allies here. We must track them down and convince them to give up this madness.
Path of Exiles 1 is a free-to-play game, but Path of Exiles 2 is its currently early access sequel. But you can get Path of Exiles 1 just fine without issue on Steam. This one's pay-to-play. They're both good. They've both got like a really strong following.
Those creatures are too coherent and intelligent to be manifestations of corruption. I suspect that they are the descendants of divine tampering. There was a being I once knew in the ancient days, a trickster, who would have appreciated someone to laugh at his ill-conceived humor. What more perfect audience for a sickening jester than a pack of gibbering hyenas? Go.
So I should warn you, this is kind of a dark fantasy setting. And the reason I'm warning you that is because this caravan is pulled entirely by slaves. A friend of mine told me about that preemptively, not as a, oh no, but as a like, yeah, that's one of the aspects. For Blizzard to be customer friendly, they actually have to like do stuff for their customers instead of basically just dismissing their desires for years at a time until subscription numbers drop and suddenly they need to break the glass to bring out the thing they say they never do.
First one's helped me. I've never felt so sick in all my days. This is the most bizarre method of transport imaginable. How do the Mariketh handle it? Oh no. If you'll excuse me. Care to see what we can smith? Sure. Fine. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Look, dude. I left behind an entire village worth of people who actually will, you know, buy my stuff without lip.
Who goes there? By the sound of your voice, you cannot be Mariketh. You may trade with me, for trade is the lifeblood of survival in the desert, but expect no kindness. Zarka holds all the wisdom and knowledge of the Adura, and the stories of many other Akaras as well. Our traditions help us survive as these lands turn to dust over generations, and in many ways, that lush beauty still exists for us through her words. Especially now the gods have returned to Rayclast. We know that our beliefs have power. Perhaps we can bring back those verdant forests and gleaming rivers, if only we have enough faith in a leader strong enough to make it real.
He likes to play dark fantasy games. I mean, they often have the most interesting and, shall we say, like, protagonist justifying storylines, if you will. I don't know how to put it. A dark setting typically has conflict, and conflict attracts a hero.
Does the scorpion sting carry less poison at night? In the hopes of taking on fighting duty again, I am still practicing the art of the sword. Red-eyed Nassima, she of the second sight, proved that there is more to combat than mere vision. However, there is still honor in serving the role of tradesmith and weapon master. I served as a Dekara for as long as I was able, and I intend to fulfill this duty with just as much dedication.
Grind. Thanks for the follow, Nezuko. Grinding Gear Games actually listens to their customers. To their customers. Do that is why they have a much more loyal following than Blizzard has. Yeah.
Warm nights.
The problem with bigger companies is that they eventually lose themselves to the size and appease not the customers, but, well, the investors more often.
How can I?
Care for a story? I have a very long official title, but you may simply address me as Zaka. The young ones will harp on and on about our strict traditions, but I'm old enough to get away with it. So I do. My role is that of a keeper of tales. I was chosen by my predecessor, rather than being allowed to become a Dekara or perform other duties. I'm not permitted near combat, for the stories I keep are one of our most valuable resources. We understand the plains of Vastiri through the lens of these words handed down to us over the centuries. We see what used to lie where sand dwells now, and hear the bold proclamations and lamentations of yesteryear. That is my role, to be the worldly eyes and ears of the Ardura.
Fair enough. I kind of assumed that they were like a small company. Nassima of the second sight.
Nassima, yes, Nassima. A great warrior, though with a complicated legacy. Born with eyes the color of blood, she was left to die among the dunes for being blind. But the Ferryden found her and raised her. A Balbalic, one might think, but no. She became an impressive warrior in her own right. And when called upon to raid her people, she recognized her mother's voice and turned and slaughtered her Ferryden captors. A true role model from the ancient days, and a wonderful sleep tale for the children.
Oh, she helped her mother even though they didn't her at birth?
This is the tale as it was told to me by our Akara's Tale Woman before me, and as told to her by the Tale Woman before her. These words have remained unchanged since the beginning. Many thousands of years ago, we were a simple people, hunters, roamers. We moved valley to valley in search of meat and berries. There was none of the discipline we know today, but that was about to change. These fair plains became barren and lightless. A time those generations called the winter of the world. 1,000 years of ice brought hardship and suffering, but that was only the beginning. To the south, the foreign tyrant An fell, and horrible creatures flooded forth under this darkness, seemingly born of bone and blood and foul magic. Survival meant banding together and creating the strict traditions that eventually became what we know today. To fight was to live. Disorder meant death. In the darkest depths of that era, when hope was but a memory, the twin sister Sekimas, Solarai and Landara, arose to unite our scattered peoples for the first time. They wielded the essence of gold and silver, gleaming with such ferocity that the grey skies had no choice but to give way. The creatures retreated under the sands, never to be seen again, and our fair plains blazed with emerald forests and sapphire rivers. This brought about the most glorious age of our people, a time of conquest, wealth, great heroes, and gods that lasted for another 1,000 years. But then, one fell winter, the gods vanished. Our beloved Garukan was the last to succumb, holding on for 2 moons against a powerful innovation. She gave what final orders she could, mandated our traditions be upheld, and then went silent. The Marraketh were not disturbed. We did not lose hope. We knew who we were, and those values had not left us with the departure of the gods. When the sky burned, when the Vaal fell, when the Eternals came and sought to be our masters, and then fell as well, we endured. We have protected these fair plains for 304 generations, and we will continue to do so for another 304. That is our duty and our birthright. She was a fierce warrior before she was blinded in battle. Focused, determined. Losing her sight has not changed that. I have no doubt that she will become skilled enough at blind fighting to rejoin the ranks someday. Indeed, blind Dekara were once instrumental in decimating an Eternal Legion during a sandstorm ambush. So it is not without precedent.
Okay, that's actually really cool.
Stay inside.
I don't know, I tend to find desert cultures and fantasy to be kind of samey. They're the trade routes people that are covered in money and also deceitful as fuck. But those chicks are like, hey, we've got like a multi-thousand-year tradition that extends from times when this biome wasn't a desert and the gods were active in the world. And I'm like, I see. Sakema Asala.
The Sekima of the Ardura. I care not where you came from, nor what caste you might have been there. All that matters is that you have shown yourself capable in battle, Jingak. Remain a friend to the Ardura, and you shall have nothing but respect from us.
That chick's top is held on by thoughts and prayers. Yep, they're the slaves.
This is what keeps the wheels turning. Foul business.
Yeah. I'm reminded of how, like, in Forgotten Realms, Kalimshan is the sort of the standard Arabic place. One of their emperors, was comedically evil. When I say comedically evil, I mean he hated and hunted unicorns as a sport and created a staff that would allow him to like find the nearest unicorn so that he could hunt it. And He was an arch nemesis of a blue dragon. At one point, he's all like, I'm going to get a handle on the criminal enterprise in my empire. So what he did? He ordered that boiling flaming oil specifically, be poured into the sewers of all the cities in his empire. Now, as you do, this did not go well for the people above ground. All of his cities burned, and like 2 million people died in a fire. But it did work, and so he was able to take over the criminal enterprise. Anyways, he eventually ascended to lichdom, was killed, was sealed away, and then was found and body hopped into a woman.
So, the beast has entered the world once more. We were following a trail of corruption before we were waylaid, and now we shall resume the hunt. We Marquette are honored bound to seek and contain corruption wherever it may be found. It seems the sacred duty falls on us once more. The trail connects to 2 locations, but we don't know where the beast currently resides. I am willing to begin wherever you and your shade thinks is wisest.
Yes, but he's still very much alive in current edition D&D. If memory serves, he joined like the mage order of like some other civilization in the vicinity where he was, and is working his way up to the top using feminine wiles as one of his ways of getting there. I should point out, the Forgotten Realms can be horny at the best of times. That whole thing in Baldur's Gate 3, that doesn't even really compare to some of the other stuff Ed Greenwood has written for the setting. Considering werefoxes are all female and have a harem aura on them, literally, if you're a guy in their vicinity, you don't even get a save, you're just charmed.
Foreigners often misunderstand the concept of the Sekima. I am no dictator, and do not make some pathetic claim of divine right. Emperors are for nations filled with the weak-minded and soft, as history has proven every time an empire falls and we endure. I am Sekima, because others have put their faith in me as the strongest and most capable among us. I lead because there is no better replacement. It is a role I deserve, by definition.
Yeah, but even then, like, every aspect of Baldur's Gate 3 was kind of horny. Like, you got a sex scene with virtually everybody. You can have a Sky sex scene with Gale. You can bang Asterion on his fucking grave. And then there's that scene in Act 1 involving the troll and the ogre and the bugbear. Or Sharessa's caress in Act 3.
This Oriana would find no allies among Arakaras. We are no strangers to the eternal war against corruption. If she has allies in this region, they cannot be of the Marqueth. After the Beast of Highgate was slain, all other Akaras vowed to pursue and eradicate corruption should it ever return. Never again will a sole Akara suffer the weight of history. Corruption has returned to the Vestiri. Before this season, the Haonic warriors you fought would never have dared raid a caravan. The dead have begun to rise again, and other creatures of the desert have started changing. By Zarka's accounts, the land is returning to the way it was before. These are ill times. For glory.
Okay, well, she's talked to. Wait. Desert map. I believe I want to go to the left.
Outcasts currently make their home in the Forgotten Quarry in the hills of Modan. They call themselves the Paladin. We should travel there and find out what it is they are doing.
Like, let me put it to you this way, Alec. There's a bit of lore from way back in like 1st or 2nd edition. So the goddess Mystra has what's known as a magister. The magister role is always transferred either kind of randomly because the previous one just sort of died, or it transfers to the hands of the person who is, considered the one who killed them. Now, there was this female magister who fell in love with a were-dragon, and on the night that they consummated their nuptials, they were in her boudoir, surrounded by the many wards that a magister would surround themselves with to protect their lives. Because again, she got that role by killing somebody, and she's got to protect her title. Many don't hold the title for more than a few years as a result. And one of the wards she had in her very bedroom was a ward that forced a person to reveal their true form. And this guy, a were-dragon, was inside her at the time that ward activated and forced him into the form of a dragon. Suffice to say, he became a magister without really intending to. Also, Elminster has shapeshifted into a woman more than a few times and is a very sexually active old man.
One of the trails of corruption leads towards the Halani Gates. Anyone who would wish to leave this region must pass through them.
I should dump some of these things. Where's the stash? Might as well unslot that. Should be skeleton warriors. I think this is where I want to get elemental weakness at some point. Clear that out.
The Paladin beat the drums of war.
Nation punishment! Nature's fury. abomination!
Okay.
Ashe and Rowan!
It never ends.
I need more time for that! Nature takes what's owed!
Oh. Criminy.
How can I advise you? Yes, I have seen the slaves pulling carts. I am uncomfortable with the practice, but from what I understand, it allows those captured in battle to serve rather than simply being executed. There are not enough resources to keep prisoners who do not work. In this harsh land, it is perhaps the lesser of two evils. That is, what I tell myself, at least. Asala has agreed to aid us, exactly as I expected. The beast represents an existential threat to all the peoples of Rayclast, but even beyond that, she seems to be quite driven. She reminds me of a rambunctious young woman I once knew in Keth, who eventually rose to power, attained divinity, and led her people to greatness. Go.
Well, if you're saying shit like that, you're probably some kind of lesser divinity yourself.
I hear you. I remember her face from before the battle where I lost my sight. She is quite beautiful, and she has strength and cunning to match. I can think of no better leader for us. We, Adora, have put all our faith in Asala, and though we do not number enough to spark divinity in her, we still thrived under her leadership. Warm nights.
Young one! Oh, right. Of course. This could be useful.
Girl, I'm bringing back weapons from the desert. It's goddamn useful. See. 34, 12. Nope.
Here, have this useless gold.
Yeah, have this useless gold. I like this old lady. She's snarky.
Stay inside.
So that increased, so that's 110. Consumes 8. Currently has 0 charges, of course. Not that I've really used my flasks very often. My spells do not consume much mana. Alright, body rune, iron rune. Itchy. Elemental weakness. Okay, I will not be unlocking that for a bit into this particular act. So I may as well get Pain Offering, I think. Act 2. Command, gas, bomb, elemental. Okay. Let's get Pain Offering.
Pain.
Sacrifice a skeleton to grant your... Okay. Okay.
righteous fury! Sealed the mine and left the stragglers to die. It's shapen filth! Not so secret anymore.
Oh.
Ashe and ruin! Traitors one and all!
it's been so long since I got a scepter replacement, I may have to just take that. Yay, latency. Alouette, gente, alouette, alouette, gente, plumeray, alouette, gente, alouette, alouette, gente, plumeray. Okay, there we go.
What have you learned?
Not as good, but it's a 2-rank upgrade, so I kind of need it. Shit. That's a spirit downgrade. Okay.
What? I've got some trinkets. Ah, that's nice.
From this temptation, I sunder us.
Here, have this useless gold. This could be useful.
I thought I picked you up. Checkpoint somewhere is on the map in this lower right area.
What is the difference? Help me! She's insane!
that is true! Slow down! Nature's punishment! For the king! Explode! Deep breath! We need more time for that! Slow down! Lash! Boom! Burn oppressors!
Ow. An essential part of my build has decided not to work.
Burn oppressors! Lightning! Lightning! Die, die, die! Burn, burn, burn! Slow down! Breathe it in! Burn! Die, die, die! Stand still! Burn oppressors! Hold this! Deep breath!
Break the lock. Winds praise you. 1,000 praises, my friend. I thought I would die here. Please take me back to your caravan, and I will tell you anything you want to know.
Fuck.
You're free. Talk if you've a mind to.
What have you learned? It takes courage to go against one's people. I once faced a similar decision. There were men and women like me who believed themselves to be exceptional. And they were correct. Terribly, horribly correct. I cursed myself to a permanent exile from my own peers by betraying them. I was unlike mortals, but hated by immortals. I was alone. I would do it all again, and I still might. They call themselves the Paladin in this era, but they have died out and been reborn many times. They are not an independent culture. They are the Marraketh's dark secret, the inevitable consequence of life's haphazard nature. A society cannot simply purge itself of the weak, the ill, or the disadvantaged. Those unwanted newborns abandoned among the dunes. They rarely die, no matter how much the Marraketh wish to make them simply disappear. No, they live. The Paladin are the shadow of the Marraketh, always just out of sight, always watching. They rescue those children and raise them up on the outside, looking in. An unspoken relief for the father and mother that must give up their child. The gathering storm fated to one day return home with a fury. Thank you.
This defector, Risu will never be accepted by the Adura. You may trust her, and she may provide information about the enemy's intentions, but remember, she is a traitor to her people. We deal with our own traitors using excessive means. She is not one of us, so we do not consider it our duty to punish her, but neither will we protect her when the time comes. Publicly, I will decry them as loudly as anyone else. Privately, I understand. I do not condone their actions, but I have suffered some small portion of what they must feel their entire lives. To be honest, I expected them to turn on us eventually. Browse as long as you like.
Don't need that, don't need that. Don't need that, don't need that. Nope. That is not worth it.
Skeletal snipers.
How much do you need? You need 30 spirit to run.
Speak up. Here we are.
I know what Jaman-Ra intends. Atop the burial spires of Deshar lie the Maraket's most honored dead. The king has become driven by madness to seek any trace of ancient flesh from those of renown or power in life. He intends to feed their bodies to the horrific creature he keeps in a cage behind his throne. They call it the Beast. I have seen it, and the sight haunts my nightmares. The Halani gates are closed. Then Jaman-Ra must have succeeded in capturing them. He planned to close the gates to prevent the Maraket from interrupting his harvest. A siege from the front would be impossible now. But there is another way. An ancient passage lost to time. It was used by the traitor Balbala. I can show you where it is, if you will use it to stop Jaman-Ra before it is too late. I am of the Faridun. We are the shadows of the Maraket, the unwanted and the forgotten. Some time ago, a foreign woman came to us and offered us the power to take back what was ours. We took her deal. We had no idea what it would cost us. When she finally brought us the Beast, it was not the glorious power we'd been promised. It was horrifying. Those of us who did not want to make war, those of us who are afraid of the Beast, Jaman-Ra sealed us in the mine when his dreadnought was complete. This madness must end. Some may call me a traitor, but I do not seek the destruction of my brethren. I seek their salvation. You need not trust me. You will see the truth of my information soon enough. I ask nothing of you, only that you do what you know is right. This corruption that plagues the land, I cannot bring myself to fully believe it's the reason for my people's sickening turn. I know that when the Beast first came to us, when Jaman-Ra was raised from death, he quickly became covetous and prone to fits of rage. Soon that fervor gleamed in the eyes of those around him. You say it's his corruption, but I have not seen anything in my brothers and sisters that was not already there. Corruption may exist, yes, but it does not fully control. It only excuses. The Faridun are warring against the Maraket because they desire to do so. They have always wanted this conflict. They want to make those who abandoned us suffer. What is that being? Does it travel with you? I would tell you not to trust a mysterious stranger in black, but that would make my own situation rather difficult. I cannot say I view the Maraket favorably, but there is no other power to which I can turn. Jaman-Ra is going mad, and I know that the Maraket will unite their scattered Akaras to confront him if the need is great enough. I believe that it is. The Maraket have no idea how great we number. We are larger than any one Akara by far, and my brothers and sisters hold a great bitterness, even before corruption came among us. Everything we do, from our garb to our food, is made opposite to the Maraket out of spite. I still feel some of that anger when I see them here, standing proud and colorful. Asala promises them a return to their glory days. But do they not have such glory now? I must pursue what I feel to be right. Asala might yet decide to have me put to death, or abandon me to the doom of the desert. I know these risks, but I had to try anyway. If you had seen the darkness rising in the hearts of my brothers and sisters, you would understand. I am not betraying them. I'm trying to save them from themselves. This Oriana, the one you called a countess. Jaman-Ra has declared her our queen. She first came to us from the south and seemed sympathetic to our cause. She promised us power, the power to take back our lives. She left for Azomite lands, vowing to return with something that would resurrect our greatest hero, Jaman-Ra. With that hope dangled before us, the Faridun united for the first time since his death. We prepared, as she asked. We took the quarry. We began working on the dreadnought. I am ashamed to admit that I was a devout believer in the cause. Until the day she kept her promise. She did return. She did bring the power to resurrect Jaman-Ra. She brought the beast. The sight of that thing chilled my soul. Those of us who objected to its presence were forced to work, mining and finishing the dreadnought. By the time we were done, madness was already rife, and we were sealed in the mine to die for supposedly betraying our people.
Hot.
Farewell.
So, the outcasts have raised their new king from the grave, and he seeks to violate Deshar, to feed our honored dead to the beast. Such a transgression. Those vile dogs! Our city of the dead lies beyond the Halani gates. We should move to crush the Faridun immediately. Let us see if this defector's information is truthful. Infiltrate this supposed passage, find your way to the top of the gates without being detected, and then call for aid. I shall answer. If her information proves to be truthful, then she will live. If she is a deceiver sent to misdirect us, she will be left to die in the open desert once again. Move swiftly.
If you are traveling through Traitor's Passage, there is something I wish to ask of you. The traitor, Balbala. According to the tales, she is still sealed there, somewhere along the tunnel, as an undying djinn. She served her sentence long ago, but knowledge of the location was lost. It is long past time to release her. I will tell you her story if you wish, but I doubt it will mean much to a Jingak. Long ago, when Keth was the shining jewel of the Vastiri, and our trade routes were the envy of the known world, a weak-willed Sekema named Balbala betrayed her Akara for a promise of Welakath, a mythical elixir said to bestow great power. She led a band of foreign warriors through secret paths to the top of the Halani gates. Taken by surprise, the Akara was slain to the last woman. What was her reward? Not Welakath. The bandits put a spear through her gut in that very passage. A cautionary tale, yes. For her betrayal, the wise woman of that era enacted an ancient ritual, trapping Balbara's soul as a djinn for a sentence intended to be 1,000 years. Jingak, it has been far more than 1,000 years. By Zarka's reckoning, at least 2 or 3. The stain of Balbala's betrayal has been lifted from her legacy, yet the knowledge of her prison was lost long ago. Blessings.
How can I advise you? I was asleep during the era of Shaman-Ra. I cannot attest to the truth of recent tale, though I cannot say it is outside the realm of possibility. The Marraketh have strict traditions, erring on the side of brutal. Thank you.
How are you?
Young man, Shaman-Ra? That's a tale I rarely tell. Every few generations, the Faradans stir up trouble. Shaman-Ra was their most successful attempt at causing problems. A very long time ago, he spread dangerous ideas among the outcasts and spoke to the Marraketh as if they were equals. His offenses were so great, the Sekhmers joined together to approach and rebuke him. The tale says that he was so in awe of the glory of our leaders, he ended his own life and chose to fall forgotten in the sands. It is a strange conclusion to his tale, I must admit. But this is what is told. If he has been somehow reanimated through corruption, he will have only one goal: harming us.
All right. Let me see. Razorwind VT. Yeah, because I need somebody to raid on. It has been well past my usual time. This game's kind of enthralling. But I'm going to send you all off to Razorwind VT over on Twitch for those of you who are viewing from YouTube. So if you want to go to Twitch and view him, by all means. Anyways, I will most likely be back tomorrow a little bit earlier because it's looking to be a bit of, I think it was Dark Tide with Marshall Beaumont and a few friends of ours. So anyways, catch me then. And we'll be playing Warhammer 40k Dark Tide. Please look forward to it. Until then, I have been Paladin Ashe, and I am signing off. Ciao.